Okay, so get this. You type in a URL, any URL, even one that sounds like it belongs in a sci-fi novel, and boom, a fully functioning website appears.
Wow.
Not just a pre-programmed template, but a unique, interactive experience. That's the wild promise of Websim.ai. And we're diving deep into the articles and guides that are calling it the next evolution of the internet.
Yeah, what's really captivating here is how Websim.ai goes beyond simply accessing websites. It empowers us to create, to step into digital environments we could only dream of before.
Yeah.
It's like the internet itself is becoming a canvas for our imagination.
It reminds me of those choose-your-own-adventure books I devoured as a kid. Except now the story isn't confined to the page.
Yeah.
We're not just reading about fantastical worlds. We're stepping right into them.
Yeah.
And all of this is powered by AI.
Right. Right.
These guides mention something about advanced language models like Claude and GPT-4.
Exactly. It's as though we're having a direct line of communication with the internet. And these language models are acting as interpreters. We feed it our requests, our visions, and it translates them into the intricate language of code, building these digital spaces in real time.
So no coding required on our end.
Nope.
That's a game changer for sure. So how does this actually work? I mean, do we just start typing in random requests like, make me a website about a coffee shop run by robots?
You absolutely can. That's the beauty of what the source is called text prompting. With Websim.ai, you can literally type in those desires, those flashes of inspiration, and then AI gets to work.
Wow.
Want a website for that robot-run coffee shop with a jazz theme? You type it, and it starts to materialize.
That's wild. So it's as if I'm collaborating with an AI that understands my vision, even if I can't write a line of code myself.
Yeah.
But the guides also mention something called fictive URLs. Now, those sound like they're straight out of a cyberpunk novel. What's the deal with those?
Fictive URLs offer a slightly different approach. Think of it as a shortcut. While text prompts give you more creative control, fictive URLs are like pre-programmed portals into specific experiences. Imagine typing museum.ancient Egypt, Tomb of Nefertiti, and instantly finding yourself within a meticulously detailed, explorable recreation of that tomb.
Okay, now that's just downright cool. It's like the difference between sketching out a rough idea versus stepping into a fully realized painting. You're telling me I could explore ancient ruins, wander through a simulated rainforest, all without even leaving my couch.
Exactly. It's about making the intangible tangible. But what's even more fascinating is that Websim.ai isn't just about creating these isolated experiences. The sources highlight how the platform actually remembers your journey, your interactions.
Hold on, you're saying it remembers where I've been, what I've clicked on?
Yes.
That's both amazing and a little creepy.
Right.
Like, is it learning my interests, tailoring the experience to what I've done before?
That's precisely what makes it so revolutionary. Let's say you're exploring that simulated rainforest. You stumble upon a rare flower and click to learn more. Websim.ai takes note, remembers your curiosity, and the next time you visit, it might present you with a guided tour highlighting other rare botanicals.
So it's not a static website. It's constantly evolving, adapting to my choices,
Yeah.
becoming more personalized with every click. That's a level of customization we've never seen before on the internet.
Precisely. And this leads us to a really interesting question. How will this continuous personalized experience shape how we learn, how we interact, how we even perceive the internet? Because the lines between user and creator are definitely starting to blur.
It's like we're stepping into this world where the internet itself, it's becoming like a living, breathing entity, responding to our own individual journeys.
Yeah, really is. And this brings us to, I think, the potential impact of this technology, which is what has people both excited and a little apprehensive.
Yeah. We've talked about the how and the what of Websim.ai, but now it's time to tackle the so what. What happens when we can conjure up entire websites with a few sentences? When the line between reality and AI-generated content, it becomes increasingly blurred.
Right. That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The sources highlight both the utopian and the potentially problematic. On one hand, Websim.ai could democratize web development. Imagine a world where anyone, regardless of technical skill, can build their dream website, create educational games, share their stories in immersive ways.
It'd be like giving everyone a megaphone and a global stage. The creative potential it's mind-boggling.
Right.
But, and I hate to be a downer here, but what about the potential downsides? We've already seen what happens when misinformation spreads like wildfire online. Could Websim.ai make that problem even worse?
Yeah, it's a valid concern. If anyone can create a website that looks and feels incredibly real, how do we discern truth from fiction? The sources suggest that this new era of the internet, it's going to require a shift in how we evaluate information, how we teach critical thinking and media literacy.
Like we'll need to develop almost like a whole new set of digital antibodies to navigate this world of AI-generated content.
Right.
And speaking of navigation, one of the articles mentioned how Websim.ai could change search engine optimization as we know it. If websites are constantly evolving based on user interaction, how do search engines even keep up?
Yeah. It's a fascinating challenge, and one that the creators of search engines are likely already grappling with. We might see a move away from keyword-based searches to something more nuanced, perhaps even AI-powered search engines that can interpret the dynamic nature of these Websim.ai creations.
Which, in a roundabout way,
Yeah.
brings us back to the importance of prompting. If these AI-powered search engines are going to become the norm, we need to understand how to communicate with them effectively.
Absolutely. It's like we're learning a new language, the language of AI. The more precise and detailed our prompts, the more accurate and relevant the results will be, both in terms of the websites Websim.ai generates and how these new search engines index them.
So it's not just about typing in a few keywords anymore. It's about crafting a clear vision, understanding the nuances of how AI interprets language. The articles actually delve into some interesting techniques for effective prompting.
Yeah. One technique they highlight is called scenario setting. Instead of just saying, create a website about sustainable living, you would provide more context. For example, you might say, I want a website designed for city dwellers who are interested in reducing their carbon footprint. It should feature practical tips, local resources, and a community forum.
So it's about painting a picture with your words, giving the AI a deeper understanding of your intent. It reminds me of how we talk to voice assistants now. Like, hey, play me some upbeat jazz music for cooking dinner. We're already getting used to speaking in a way that machines can comprehend.
Exactly. And as Websim.ai and similar technologies evolve this ability to communicate effectively with AI, it'll become increasingly crucial. It's not just about building websites, it's about shaping our digital experiences, accessing information, and connecting with others in a world where the lines between the real and the virtual are constantly blurring.
It's like we're learning a new language, the language of AI. And just like learning any new language, it opens up this whole new world of possibilities. But it also comes with its own set of challenges.
Absolutely. Because when we hand over the reins of creation to AI, even partially, it begs the question, what happens to the human element of the internet? Will we lose that personal touch, that sense of connection that comes from knowing there's a human being behind the screen?
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah.
And one of the things I love about the internet is the sheer diversity of voices and perspectives you encounter. But if everyone is relying on AI to build their websites, will we start to see a homogenization of content, a kind of digital monoculture?
It's a valid concern. The sources suggest that the key to avoiding this potential pitfall, it lies in striking a balance between AI assistance and human creativity. Think of it like this. AI can build the foundation, the structure of a website, but it's up to us humans to infuse it with personality, with unique insights, with the things that make us, well, human.
So it's not about replacing human creativity. It's about augmenting it, giving us the tools to express ourselves in ways we might not have been able to before. It's like the difference between having a paint-by-numbers set and having an easel and a blank canvas. Both have their place right.
Precisely. And this brings us back to the idea that Websim.ai isn't just about the technology itself. It's about the possibilities it unlocks. It's about pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible on the internet, about empowering individuals to share their stories, their passions, their unique perspectives with the world.
It's about democratizing access to creativity, making it possible for anyone, regardless of their technical skills, to build a digital platform for their ideas. And, as we've been talking about all of this, I can't help but think about the implications beyond websites. What happens when this technology extends to other areas of our digital lives?
That's the real question, isn't it? The sources only offer a glimpse into what the future might hold, but it's clear that this technology has the potential to be truly transformative. Imagine creating personalized educational experiences, interactive art installations, even virtual worlds that respond to our every whim.
It's both exhilarating and a little daunting to think about all the possibilities, all the ways Websim.ai could reshape how we learn, how we create, how we connect with each other in the digital age.
And that's the beauty of it all. We're standing at the cusp of something truly revolutionary. And while there are still many unknowns, one thing is certain. The future of the internet is about to get a whole lot more interesting.
Absolutely. As we continue to explore the ever-evolving landscape of the internet, it's essential to stay curious, to embrace new possibilities, and to remember that the most important tool in our digital toolkit is our own imagination. And on that note, we'll wrap up our deep dive into the fascinating world of Websim.ai. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep imagining